Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we really try to cut through the noise, sift through the research, and pull out those essential insights you need to feel truly well-informed. Today, we're plunging into a topic that honestly touches every single one of us, especially in this whirlwind of modern life.
Yeah.
It's the profound connection and sometimes really surprising connection between your mind, your body, and your ability to not just cope, but actually thrive, even when things get tough.
It's so true. I mean, think about it. Whether it's the constant hum of career pressures or maybe the intricate dance of family obligations.
Right, or just navigating financial stuff.
Exactly. Financial strains, stress is it's a universal experience, isn't it?
It really is.
And it's no wonder, that a 2022 poll by the American Psychological Association found nearly 30% of Americans felt too stressed to function most days.
Wow, almost a third.
Yeah. And that's not just a mental state, right? It's a deep physical and emotional toll it takes.
Absolutely. So our mission for this deep dive, really, is to explore how ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science are kind of coming together, converging to shed light on this incredible interconnectedness of our internal world. We're aiming to give you a shortcut, essentially.
Yeah, a shortcut to understanding actionable strategies, not just for managing stress, but actually enhancing your mental well-being.
On building that inner strength, right? That kind of strength that really transforms how you deal with challenges.
Exactly. And we've pulled from a stack of incredible sources for this. I mean, everything from groundbreaking neurobiology and psychological research to really practical guides on holistic wellness and even, ancient traditions.
Okay, great.
So get ready to discover some surprising mechanisms behind that mind-body link, the truly transformative power of mindfulness, and what it really means to cultivate resilience.
Resilience.
And not as some innate trait you either have or don't have.
Right, like it's fixed.
Exactly. But as a state you can actively build, something that's deeply wired into your biology, actually.
Okay, let's start there then, with what might seem obvious, but maybe the depth is often overlooked. The mind-body connection itself. We all kind of say our thoughts and emotions affect our health, but what's maybe one surprising way this relationship shows up that might challenge our everyday ideas about well-being?
That's a really good question, because it's so much more intricate than just feeling stressed out,
Right.
This isn't just a metaphor. It's a deeply intertwined system. Consider the gut-brain axis, for example.
For gut-brain axis, okay.
Yeah, it's this complex, two-way communication network linking your brain and your digestive system, which is home to your gut microbiome, right? That huge community of bacteria and other microbes.
Okay.
What's truly fascinating, and maybe a bit surprising, is how an imbalance in that microbial community in your gut can directly influence your mood and your cognitive function. It's even been linked to things like anxiety and depression. It's literally a gut feeling, but, with real biological roots.
So wait, it's not just our brain telling our gut what to do, like, I'm stressed, tie yourself in knots.
Exactly.
It's potentially our gut actually influencing our brain's emotional landscape.
Precisely. It's a two-way street. That's a total game changer for how we think about mental health, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And okay, within that incredible internal network, you mentioned there's one particular player, often called the wandering nerve. That holds a key to our body's ability to calm down.
Yes. The vagus nerve.
The vagus nerve.
Exactly. It's crucial because it activates your parasympathetic nervous system.
Yeah.
That's your body's rest, digest, and relax mode, the opposite of fight or flight.
Right.
And what's so powerful and sort of empowering is that simple, conscious actions like deep, slow breathing directly stimulate this nerve.
Just breathing.
Just breathing intentionally. When you do that, you're literally sending a signal to your body to lower your heart rate, reduce inflammation, and shift back into a state of balance.
Wow.
It's like a direct, almost instant physiological reset button you can press anytime.
That's incredible. But when that balance is continually disrupted, right? When we live in that state of chronic stress, the cost to our whole system must be pretty significant.
Oh, yeah.
It's like having, a relentless, unwelcome house guest that just messes with everything.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Precisely. Prolonged emotional distress isn't just in your head. Not at all. It can show up as insomnia, persistent fatigue, impaired concentration, chronic irritability.
things many people experience daily.
Absolutely. And on a deeper level, it messes with your digestion, causes headaches, and over time, it's linked to more serious conditions. Things like high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke,
Serious stuff.
and even a weakened immune system. The constant flood of stress hormones like cortisol really throws your system out of alignment. It leads to inflammation and hormonal imbalances that impact pretty much every bodily function.
Okay, so if chronic stress is that unwelcome guest, mindfulness seems to emerge as maybe our most powerful tool for politely showing at the door.
Or maybe not so politely sometimes. Yeah.
Right. So for our listener, what's the core concept of mindfulness? Can we strip away any, fluff around it?
Definitely. At its absolute heart, mindfulness is simply being attentive to and aware of what is taking place in the present moment.
Okay. Attentive and aware.
But here's the really crucial part. It's with a non-judgmental and non-reactive attention.
Non-judgmental. Okay, that's good.
It's about observing your thoughts, your sensations, your feelings, your emotions as they arise without getting all caught up in them or immediately trying to change them. It's about cultivating pure presence right here, right now.
That sounds deceptively simple. But I imagine its impact on the mind, on our emotional well-being, is anything but simple. How does just being present fundamentally shift things?
It's truly transformative. Mindfulness fosters what you might call emotional literacy.
Emotional literacy. I like that.
Yeah. You learn to recognize and process feelings, even difficult ones, without layering judgment on top, which naturally leads to increased self-acceptance and self-compassion.
Which most of us could use more of.
Definitely. And this isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It leads to genuine emotional regulation. You learn to respond constructively to situations rather than just reacting impulsively.
Okay.
Which, consistently leads to greater gratitude and just overall happiness, actually.
That's fascinating. So mindfulness isn't just about calming the mind when it's racing. It's actively, reshaping how we think.
Yes, exactly.
How does simply observing thoughts lead to rewiring those negative patterns? You mentioned visualization earlier, too.
Right. It allows you to create this crucial space, this pause between a stimulus and your response to it.
And that space.
By observing your thoughts without judgment, you start to quiet that incessant mental noise, that chatter. This naturally leads to heightened awareness and, frankly, better decision-making because you're less swayed by those immediate, knee-jerk emotional reactions.
Okay.
And when you combine this observation skill with techniques like visualization, actively imagining positive outcomes or responses, you're literally creating new neural pathways.
You're rewiring your brain.
You're essentially training your brain to opt for more optimistic, constructive thought patterns. You're rewiring its default settings. And, for those in addiction recovery, this self-awareness is incredibly powerful.
How so?
For managing cravings, redirecting thoughts, strengthening self-control.
Yeah.
It offers a real path towards sustained sobriety.
It's just incredible how such a seemingly simple mental practice can have these profound biological, neurological impacts. And it significantly improves sleep, you mentioned, which, gosh, for so many people, that's a constant struggle.
Oh, absolutely. A huge one. Mindfulness helps calm that mental chatter and relax the body. It helps you disengage from those anxious thought loops that often keep us awake at night.
The hamster wheel.
Exactly, the hamster wheel. Practices like body scans, where you systematically bring awareness to different parts of your body, or guided visualization, they can lead to deeper, more restorative sleep.
Okay.
And help align your circadian rhythm, too. Think of it as gently coaxing your mind and body into a state where sleep can actually happen.
And maybe what's truly astonishing, you touched on this, is how research shows this mental practice can actually boost our immune system. How does that connection work? That seems almost magical.
It does seem that way, but there's real science here. This is where it gets really interesting. Meditation, which is a core mindfulness practice, significantly reduces stress, right? We've established that.
Right. Lowers cortisol.
Exactly. We know chronic stress elevates cortisol, and cortisol suppresses immune function. So, by lowering those stress hormones, mindfulness indirectly strengthens your immune system.
Ah, okay. Indirectly.
Yeah. Some studies even suggest it can increase antibody production and improve your body's natural defense mechanisms. It directly links a positive, or at least less stressed, mental state to better cellular function. Your thoughts really do affect your ability to fight off illness.
That's powerful. So, okay, if we want to integrate this power into our lives, what are some practical mindfulness techniques, especially for someone who's maybe just starting out or feels a bit overwhelmed by the idea?
Great question. Guided meditation is an excellent, truly transformative tool, especially for beginners.
Why guided?
Because it provides a structured framework. You get audio instructions or visualizations that gently lead you into the practice so you don't feel lost.
That makes sense.
But you absolutely don't need a formal meditation cushion or anything. Even just a few intentional breaths, like we talked about with the vagus nerve, can make a huge difference. Techniques like diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing, or alternate nostril breathing or box breathing, these directly activate that parasympathetic nervous system. They reduce stress and lower blood pressure almost instantly.
Wow, instant benefit.
Yeah.
And I love the idea that mindfulness can be woven into everyday life too.
Yes.
Like you don't necessarily need to carve out an extra hour. You can practice it while doing something you already do, like eating or walking.
Exactly right. Mindful eating, for instance. It's just about fully engaging your senses during meals, noticing the textures, the flavors, the aromas, chewing slowly, really tasting your food.
Instead of scrolling on our phones while we eat.
Precisely, or mindful walking. It just means paying close attention to your body and your environment with each step. The sensation of your feet on the ground, the sounds around you, the feeling of the air. These simple acts transform a routine activity into a practice of presence.
Okay, this is all leading us perfectly, I think, to the concept of resilience.
Yeah.
We hear that term a lot, people bouncing back from adversity. But what does resilience truly mean? Beyond just that phrase, and how does it connect to everything we've just discussed about mindfulness in the body?
Resilience, formally, is often defined as the process of adapting well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, or significant sources of stress.
Adapting well.
Okay. It's not just about surviving, right? It's about bouncing back and, perhaps most importantly, growing stronger from challenges, finding meaning, even. And here's where it gets really pivotal, connecting back to mindfulness. Cutting-edge research is revealing that resilience actually mediates the relationship between mindfulness and mental health.
Okay, unpack mediates for us. What does that mean?
It means mindfulness isn't just directly improving your mood on its own. It's building this internal strength, this capacity resilience within you. And that resilience is what then significantly improves your overall mental health, your emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Mindfulness builds the muscle, and the muscle does the heavy lifting for mental health.
Okay, so mindfulness isn't just making you feel better directly in the moment. It's building an internal, like a shock absorber. Resilience.
That's a great way to put it. A shock absorber.
Exactly. That then helps you navigate everything more effectively. So mindfulness trains you to see the storm coming, maybe, and resilience helps you actually weather it without capsizing.
Precisely. Beautifully put. Mindful awareness and acceptance, that non-judgmental piece we talked about, help you observe difficult experiences, difficult thoughts, feelings, sensations, as just like mental events passing through.
Instead of, this is me, this is reality.
Exactly. Rather than these overwhelming, all-consuming realities, this creates emotional balance. And that ability to break habitual worrying, to observe without judgment, and to adapt your response, that's what fundamentally makes you more resilient. It's a profound shift in how you relate to stress itself.
And the neurobiology, the brain science behind this transformation is, frankly, it's mind-boggling. We're talking about actual physical changes in the brain and body that underpin this inner strength.
It really is astounding. Scientific research, including highly controlled studies, is uncovering the specific brain mechanisms and physiological changes. We're talking about areas vital for memory, like the hippocampus, our brain's reward centers, like the VTA and nucleus accumbens,
Okay.
and even the regions tied to our fight or flight response, like the locus coeruleus. Resilient individuals show specific, different patterns of activity in these brain networks.
So their brains literally work differently under stress.
Yes, demonstrating a unique ability to regulate that stress response more effectively. And what's also super exciting are the findings on how our peripheral systems, things outside the brain, like the immune system, the gut microbiota we discussed,
That's to the gut.
back to the gut, and even the blood-brain barrier, how these interact with the brain to either promote or hinder resilience.
Wow.
It just reveals that resilience isn't just some vague mental state. It's deeply biologically wired into your entire system.
Which means then that cultivating a resilient brain isn't just one thing. It's truly holistic. It's about nurturing several key practices that work together, kind of reinforcing each other. We all know sleep is vital, but hearing you talk about the brain, it sounds like Optimal sleep directly impacts our brain's ability to recover from stress at a cellular level.
That's exactly right. It's not just passive rest, it's active repair time for resilience. Aiming for that 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep is crucial for memory consolidation, neural repair, and literally detoxifying the brain.
Okay, active repair. And speaking of fuel for that repair, a nourishing diet seems non-negotiable too.
Completely.
Yeah.
A balanced diet rich in things like omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, essential vitamins. It supports neural growth and reduces inflammation, which we know is linked to stress. And don't underestimate hydration. Even mild dehydration can impact your mood and cognitive functioning, making it harder for your brain to bounce back effectively.
Drink your water. Okay,
Yep.
then there's physical activity. Again, it's not just about physical fitness, is it? It's a direct booster for brain resilience.
It really, really is. Regular exercise increases blood flow to the brain, which is vital. It releases mood-altering endorphins, sure, but it also aids in neuron growth neurogenesis,
Building brain cells.
essentially building a stronger, more adaptable brain structure. And it doesn't have to be intense marathon running. Even light activities like walking, cycling, or dancing can make a profound difference in your mental and emotional resilience.
That's encouraging.
And we absolutely cannot overlook social connection.
Ah, yes. Community.
Humans are inherently social beings. Regular positive interaction stimulates the brain, offers crucial emotional support, and provides that sense of belonging. It acts as a powerful buffer against stress. Isolation, conversely, can be as damaging as poor nutrition or lack of sleep.
Wow. Okay. And finally, you mentioned continuous learning. It sounds like keeping our brains active isn't just for, like, trivia nights, but for literal brain agility.
That's exactly it. Keeping your brain engaged puzzles, reading, learning a new skill, a language, playing music, it helps it stay agile and adaptable. It fosters what scientists call brain plasticity. Plasticity. Its ability to change.
Its ability to rewire and adapt throughout life. And maybe one more often overlooked aspect of this holistic approach. Emotional release and body awareness.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Practices like somatic therapy or even expressive arts like dancing or painting, they can help you become aware of and release emotions that might be stored or stuck in the body.
Physical tension from emotions.
Exactly. And releasing that can also stimulate that vagus nerve we talked about, bringing a sense of calm and helping release long-held tension patterns.
What's truly remarkable about all this, as we pull it together, is how many of these approaches, meditation, mindfulness, yoga, Tai Chi, are deeply rooted in ancient wisdom. These aren't just New Age fads popping up. They've been understood for millennia in traditions like, Indian texts, the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga Vasista.
It really highlights a timeless truth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
While we often cannot control external events the stressors life throws at us, we absolutely can learn to control our reactions and cultivate our internal state.
And we have modern proof of their impact, too. It's not just philosophy. There was a randomized controlled study in northern Cyprus, relatively recent, 2021.
Right.
It showed that a 10-week yoga program significantly improved resilience and coping with stress in adolescents, kids aged 13 to 16.
Wow, in teenagers.
Yeah, that's concrete scientific validation of these ancient practices making a measurable difference in resilience today.
That's fantastic. Another powerful yet maybe often overlooked ingredient for resilience seems to be nature.
Ah, yes. Nature connection.
We might think of grand landscapes like national parks, but you're suggesting nature can be much more accessible, much more everyday than that.
Indeed. When we talk about the benefits of nature, it's not just pristine forests or mountains, though those are wonderful. It includes open trees, a window box with herbs, maybe even watching nature documentaries.
Really? Even a documentary?
Potentially, yes, because the key isn't just being physically in nature, it's about connecting with it, feeling a close relationship and emotional attachment.
Okay, connection is the key.
Yes. And research strongly links this feeling of connectedness to nature with greater happiness, calmness, joy, creativity, and, importantly, lower levels of depression and anxiety. It seems to soothe our nervous system and remind us we're part of something larger, something more stable.
And you can cultivate that connection simply, right? Like engaging your senses.
Exactly. Listening to birdsong, really feeling the texture of tree bark, smelling flowers after rain, or even just reflecting on nature, maybe writing a short poem about a favorite park bench or cloud formation.
That's lovely. We should probably acknowledge, though, that access to high-quality green spaces isn't equal for everyone.
That's a crucial point, yes. Access inequality is real.
But the power, you're saying, lies in connecting with whatever everyday nature is close to home, through these simple activities wherever you are.
Precisely. Find the nature that is accessible to you and build that connection intentionally.
Okay. This brings us to a really crucial point we need to emphasize before we wrap up.
Yes.
While all these practices, mindfulness, yoga, nature connection, healthy lifestyle, are incredibly powerful for enhancing well-being and building resilience, they are a complement to professional mental health care, right? Things like therapy, counseling, medical treatments. They aren't a replacement.
Absolutely crucial distinction, yes. They work best hand in hand. They support professional care, and professional care can help you integrate these practices more effectively. And things like online therapy are making it easier than ever to connect with professionals who understand this holistic approach.
Okay, good. So to kind of recap our deep dive today,
Yeah.
your mind and your body are this incredibly interconnected system. That's the fundamental truth. And by intentionally cultivating mindfulness, that present moment, non-judgmental awareness, and by actively fostering resilience through these holistic practices we've discussed, you really can learn to navigate life's inevitable challenges with greater ease, more agility, and just a deeper sense of well-being.
And it's not about grand gestures, is it? Or these radical life overhauls that feel overwhelming.
Right. Not usually sustainable.
Exactly. It's about the small, intentional changes. 5 minutes of deep breathing, a mindful moment during a meal instead of checking your phone, choosing nourishing foods more often, prioritizing sleep just a little bit more, or simply tuning in to the everyday nature around you on your walk.
Every small step adds up.
Each small step genuinely creates lasting, measurable change in your brain and body over time.
Okay, so let's leave our listeners with a final thought to ponder, a provocative question maybe.
Okay.
If cultivating resilience is really about learning to thrive not just in spite of adversity, but maybe even because of how we learn to engage with it, what small, mindful step can you take today, right now, even to embrace a challenge you're facing and begin transforming it into an opportunity for growth?